For the first time, I've skipped this year's NBA 2K, which is huge for me because I've been doing this since 2K12 through 2K20, and right now I don't know what comes next. So I wanted to be able to share this with you. 8 years of my life told in about 10 minutes.
Chasing my dream, it's time to reel them in. Circulate these blessings like a ceiling fan. I see that the world's in need of healing. Got me feeling like a vessel. Think it's time to bring that real again.
Hey guys, I don't know how many of you guys watch NBA basketball, but I decided to make an NBA 2K12 commentary today.
This is the 2K that started it off for me. My love for basketball was growing, and well, 2K is a basketball game. This was just me in my room playing video games, wanting to talk about basketball and trying to be happy. Good times. Good times. A lot of things happened for me in 2K13. I finally became a YouTube partner, finally able to make money off this. In fact, my very first check was like 53 cents and my second check I ever got was like $1.75. So I was big rolling, and I still am because those are still the same checks I get to this day. But money wasn't why I did this. I wanted that cool little banner you got above your channel on your homepage, along with the ability to finally have thumbnails. That was pretty cool, but I was horrible with Photoshop. In fact, I didn't even have Photoshop, so my friend who made me the banner allegedly also slid me a version of Photoshop. Shout out my friend. We still talk to this day. Xbox 360 friendships are built to last. I started to focus less on gaming videos and more on 2K videos, posting a lot of my team because guys like Shake and Bake made it look fun, and eventually ended up in sports commentator March Madness, a tournament hosted by iPod King Carter. I fumbled in the first round, got eliminated by King of the fourth quarter, but because of this experience, when he left YouTube for a while, I was one of the first people to welcome him back. I made a bunch of videos with him because of it, and eventually, towards the end of 2K13's lifespan, I met guys like TGTV and Agent Zero. We formed a creator group chat with a bunch of YouTubers posting sports content. I think TD was in there, Crispy Flakes was in there, and I didn't really talk to any of these dudes outside of one. When NBA 2K14 dropped, I remember being so disappointed because it was basically a copy and paste of 2K13. The only two things memorable I did was drop my first ever NBA Live versus 2K video, and one of my very first successful clickbait videos of how to get VC fast in 2K14, which was basically a troll video of just saying put your mom's credit card in. The only reason why I made that video is because there was this popular YouTuber back in the day, True Sports,
and he kind of sounded like this in all of his videos.
It wasn't until next gen where I really started posting 2K14 content. One of my guys, TGTV, started blowing up because he was one of the first to be posting on next gen, and that inspired me in some ways, but also got me thinking, why isn't he talking to us as much as he used to? That was definitely my first taste of things to come throughout the 2K community. I mainly posted trash MyGM rebuilds because I saw guys like Straight Outta Boston do it, and OG, not because he was necessarily good at it, but because all of his thumbnails pretty much matched, and that's the aesthetic I wanted. It's crazy to think. The only reason why I did MyGM as much as I did is because I wanted matching thumbnails. In NBA 2K15, I got matching thumbnails. I mean, I had them in 2K14, but I built upon that in 2K15. And MyGM rebuilds is basically all I did. And I feel like that's what the community knew me by, along with the friendships and relationships I built with other 2K YouTubers. I wasn't getting the most amount of views, but it was the little things that meant the most. It was community.
Got the power of a soul. You already know that I'm a soldier. Watch me brush this dirt up off my shoulder.
And then 2K16 rolls around. This is by far one of my best experiences with 2K. And one of my worst experiences as well at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Your highest high can be your lowest low. Looking back at it now, for 3 straight years, I do basically the same thing. But one of my videos got 1 million views this year. I was lucky enough to hit the algorithm to have a relatable topic and be consistent with my NBA Live 16 versus NBA 2K16 video. I had a viral video, and I failed to capitalize off it because I was doing a lot of rebuilds still. Not a lot of people can say they got a mil view video and receive absolutely nothing from it. But this was all new to me. I constantly started seeing creators from this point onwards do the same exact video as me, try to mimic the thumbnail, And what was one of the most annoying things about this is that some of my closest creator friends were the ones blatantly doing it as well. They copied my whole flow, word for word, bar for bar, my entire style, without even telling me. There's more than just one or two incidents. I don't have the receipts for every creator, every video, because videos get deleted, videos get privated, and I wasn't loading up this clip for the past 5 years, I swear. But things were bubbling behind the scenes throughout 2K15 and 16's life cycle, constantly in my ear. Josh, you're not gonna grow just posting my jam content. Josh, you're not gonna grow posting NBA content and rapping content. You're shooting yourself in the foot. And I'm all for constructive criticism, but constructive criticism should be a two-way street, not just where one person lays it on you and you can't retaliate back and tell them what they can improve on. I think my biggest problem was not being a yes man, and looking back, at one point I had to approve a video to be uploaded. They said I could, I uploaded it. A few days later they told me, take it down now. Although the countless hours of conversation we had about YouTube and life, I don't think there was an emotional connection between everybody where I knew what they were going through and they knew what I was going through. So towards the end of 2K16, that's when I had my first ever heartbreak, and that sounds really sus when you're not talking about a female, but that's what it was. It felt like years upon years of effort and trust was broken and thrown away. All the people I helped throughout 2K16's life cycle basically meant nothing at this point anymore. Epic Kai was one of the first people to reach out to him to do collabs, just to have Jesser later on come down and make him his right hand man, and never saw him since then. I basically gave D Brown keys to the car by answering his Reddit post, and he got a free ride to the top because of it. And as I said earlier, I was one of the first people to reach out and do a bunch of collabs with King of the Fourth Quarter. Now, I say this not to discredit any of these creators outside of D Brown. King of the Fourth Quarter would have been successful either way. He already built a channel back in 2K13, and he could definitely do it again. The same for Epic Kai. Even though if he had 10 subscribers, the quality of his videos matched the guys at the top. I've helped a lot of people, a lot more than the guys mentioned, and I'll continue to do so. Hopefully not getting taken advantage of next time. The prior year, I bought a PS4 to make content with all my YouTube friends, but it didn't matter anymore because I had absolutely zero YouTube friends, zero people to share ideas with, zero people to talk to because my problems were so niche to content creation and internet friendships that you have to go through it in order to understand it. And to this day, I've yet to meet anyone that has. So I wanted to focus less on 2K because I've essentially been blackballed from the 2K community, 50% by the gatekeepers holding me out of things, and 50% by me, by not wanting to be associated with anybody associated with them. This was his time to evolve the content and make my videos so unique that you'd say to yourself, yeah, that's the Envyerz video, and decided to make NBA illustrations for all of my videos. Those illustrations took about an hour to make, and I made 5 of them per video. The amount of time it took to make my videos, I sacrificed so much, said no to so many people on the outside just to try to be successful. I put my head down and ate a whole lot of dirt this year, and it worked. I was getting 50K views, 100K, 200, 400, 500K, more views than I've ever gotten before, off not even posting 2K. I was on top, and I could see all the other YouTubers that I inspired trying to copy the format, trying to copy the illustrations, the thumbnails. I remember every single creator that's done it because one day it's gonna matter. And what made it even better, the rap videos that they said I was shooting myself in the foot for, those were getting just as much views as my NBA videos. It was absolutely a crazy time for me, and unfortunately, I was not able to enjoy the moment because I was miserable inside. This whole time I wasn't caring about how I was feeling inside. I just wanted to be as successful as I possibly could because I wanted to prove everybody wrong. For a moment I feel like I did, but in the long term, it's definitely destroyed me. 2K18, 19, and 20, I didn't need 2K to be successful anymore, but year after year, I still bought the same overpriced game played it for countless of hours, and posted it every now and then. Not buying NBA 2K21 is the first step for me to fully move on from this product, but without this terrible game, I wouldn't learn as much as I did about people as I do now. I don't want to feel like I'm sad or being held back anymore by this. I want to be able to help people going through the same thing or similar situations as me. Going years without talking about your problems can ruin you. This is the year I wanted to start talking more about it, talking about mental health, letting you know you're not alone. We're not alone. We're gonna get back to where we were and beyond, and things are gonna get better. So thank you, everybody that watched this, everybody from my past. I'm starting to finally feel free.
Should probably get some sleep, but I was caught up in a vision that I started with the dream that I ain't let go. It's so hard to let go. My life is getting stressful. I think that I'm special, and I can't wind up living in your version of successful.